Welcome to the channel and this first part in a new campaign for Et Impera 1.3. Now, if any of you follow my channel, you know that I have a little bit of an inclination towards playing in the east, and especially either horse archers or Hellenic factions. Well, this series is going to be totally different. We are going to start right over in the west in Iberia. In fact, we're going to be playing the Lusitani, which is about as far west as you can get. And another element of this campaign is going to be that it's a very long time since I've played a barbarian tribe, and I really wanted to try this out just to get a feel for how much the mechanics have changed since the last time I played. And to give you an idea, the last time I actually played a barbarian faction, which was I think the Caledonians, was back when 1.2 came out, and you can see we're actually on 1.3. So let's just get straight into it. We're going to be playing the Lusitani, and they're a member of the Iberian tribes, which is a whole group of single region factions which start in Iberia. And of course, down in the south we've got the Carthaginians. You can see their cultural traits is +1 experience rank for all cavalry recruitments, and it says Devotio, increased attributes for all generals. And you can see the start year as usual is 278 BC, starting challenge normal. Now I am going to play this game on normal for two reasons. One, as I've already said, that I'm a little bit shaky on playing as a barbarian, especially from the supply side. And two, what I would like to do is make pretty rapid progress, because one of my long-term objectives of this series would be to try and uncover as many wonders as possible. You can see the political tradition is chieftain, special systems reformed, and our special faction attributes is, it says attack and retreat, increased army movement range, mountain fighters, increased morale in mountains and in hills, and it says rampant outlaws, increased banditry. Now, increased banditry sounds a little bit bad, but it's not as bad as what you might think it is, actually, because once you've got a reasonable number of settlements, you can afford to have a little bit of banditry going on in one settlement, as long as, but of course it's a little bit of a risk when you first start out. But then in the beginning, banditry is often quite low, and it doesn't actually kick in until you get to a certain point. And we'll just take a look at the victory conditions. You can see we've got to control 60 settlements either by direct ownership or through military allies. We've got to completely control the following 6 provinces by either direct ownership or through military allies: Lusitania, Hispania, Tarraconensis, Gallia, Britannia, and Latinum. And we've got to maintain 200 units in total and maintain 80 naval units. So the real problem is going to be spreading across the map. As I previously said, we're going to be trying to get as far out. I mean, ideally I would like to get to Egypt and see all those great wonders in Egypt. So I think that is enough of an introduction, so we're just going to start the campaign and see what happens. So the world will learn the strength of the Lusitani. And we can see objective issued. It says completely control 2 provinces either by direct ownership or through military allies. Well, that shouldn't be a problem if things go according to plan, simply because this is going to be very much a campaign of aggression, especially in the early stage, because what you've got here is a whole area. If I show you diplomacy wise, we've got a whole series of single region factions here that all got to be conquered in order to consolidate our position in Iberia, because what we do need is a strong position in Iberia before we can even consider taking on Carthage. But my inclination is to push out this way and get a nice solid base and let Carthage and Rome fight it out themselves. Now, before we do anything else, we're just going to go in here. We're just going to take a look at the politics of the situation. What we got here, we've got a expansionist, likes Easterners, Greeks. That's okay. We got an idiot here with thirst for power, but that's his trait, not the trait of the faction. So we can live with that. We got these guys are diplomats, which is 1 loyalty for every player who has more than 100 positive relations with another faction. And we've got xenophobes, which means -2 loyalty for each faction, which you establish diplomatic treaties up to -10. So these two guys are going to be a bit of a problem. You can see that they've already got slightly lower stats, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a problem. Of course, moving over to here, we're a chieftain. Possibly later on we could go to a tribal confederation, but there's a good chance, unless we can form the empire here, that we may stick as a chieftain all the way through, because that seems appropriate for a barbarian faction. of course, we start with a single region down in this corner here. Luckily, we've got the provincial capital, but we don't exactly have a brilliant, I can say, relationship here between that and, well, and of course, our first target is going to be here. We'll just get this guy out. One thing we're going to need to do is build up our army really quickly, which is something that I would like to do. So we're going to just get that going. Build the army up. Also, we get an agent. Yeah, we can get a spy, stolen food, wounding agents, public morale, public order, local province. I think maybe we'll go with this guy. You can also get a dignitary. Recruitment, land maintenance costs -5, +5 wealth and cover, all local province. Cultural conversion, I think we'll need that. No, we won't, because we're an Iberian faction, and most of the religion in this area is will be Iberian. I think maybe we'll go with that guy. Because what we're really going to need is a couple of guys here to, one, to keep an eye on there, and two, we're going to need to keep an eye on these guys, the Brigantium, because there's a good chance we're going to get all sorts of piling in, but let's see if we can get a trade deal. Saltakai we don't want a trade deal with because oh, we're already at war with somebody. Who's that? Oh, these guys. That's great. But I wouldn't mind trying to get non-aggression. This is and the projected. Okay, just about just a trade deal. Okay.
This agreement is.
We got a trade deal with these. We need a bit of research. Let me just see. Let's have a look what we need to research. Now, the problem with pushing up, I mean, what we're going to need to do is fight with cheap troops to start with. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind coming up here. Now, the Lusitani have some really good cavalry. In fact, they've got a missile unit. I can't remember which one it is now. Let me just see. I think it's this guy's missile range 23. Yep. Now these guys are comparable with the Tarantine. They're very powerful. You can see here they've got 23 missile damage, and they've got six javelins. You've got a strong melee attack and defense. You've got pretty good armor, and they've got some AP. I mean, you can see they got the armor of 41. So. And you can see over here they got stealth, disciplined. I mean, they've got a lot going for them with respect to the being in the field. So we're certainly going to want to get some of those later on. But I think we'll go with food. We'll go with that. I must admit, I'm not totally comfortable with having the barracks in our main settlement. But I think we're going to be stuck with it for a little while because. Our first target's got iron, and I'd like to get that kind of put together very, very quickly. And of course, one of the new changes with the 1.3 update is most factions now start with a military recruitment buildment, so the armies can be a little bit tougher than they would normally are. My instinct is to go here. I think we're good. Meeting grounds. Let me see. I'll be completely honest, we've got this guy here. In fact, I think if we go for that, we get a champion. I think we'll go with that. Just have another quick look, though. I must admit, I'm not familiar with the Barbarian research pass. I mean, I don't think we get that much buildings. This is one of the reasons why I generally don't play Barbarians, because the building chains aren't anywhere near as interesting as when you play, say, a Hellenic or Carthage or something like that. And what I will say is that if everything goes really wrong in this campaign, we probably will play Carthage. We got growth per turn, that could be quite useful as well. And I think we got a sanitation problem as well. Great. We're gonna have to live with the sanitation problem at the moment. Actually, where can we get sanitation from? Got to be up here somewhere. Well, we can get 3 sanitation from there. We got fortified village. Oh well, that's about all we can do. And then we're not. Well, I thought I decided on a technology. It's this one, isn't it? You need to get that underway. I'm just going to go for an end turn. We're probably going to burn through quite a lot of end turns in this part, but there's not much we can do about it.
My lord has ordered that your merchant.
So we get a trade deal and then they cancel it on the first turn. Okay, trade agreement broken. Who's declared war? At least they haven't gone to war with us. They've gone to war with somebody else. So we got a trade deal and then they immediately broke it. What I want to do is get this guy out here. I mean, these guys have gone to war with somebody else. So I think what we'll do is I want to see what's going on over here. And let's see who's at war with everybody else now. So the Lusitani haven't declared war. These guys are at war with us. They've got a defensive alliance with the Ebora, which are over here. These have gone, wow, these have got themselves into double war here. I'm not exactly sure where the Lusitani are, but we're just going to be concentrating on these guys. So we're going to have a little bit of an arms race now. Right, what? Austrian. Look at what we got. These guys have got a better charge, but these have got better morale. These have got better morale. We got a. Actually, well, we're going to recruit these, and we also need some light infantry. These have got armor. These have got. This is Lusitani light infantry. We're not going to be too worried about spears for the moment. I'm just gonna. I don't really like. Just gonna build. What we need is a full stack army here. So we gotta. Over the next few turns, we're just gonna be building up our army. So we're just gonna keep going. Okay, war declared. Well, these guys are certainly kicking off, but they're leaving us alone, which is quite nice. I want to look at mercenaries. 350. That's a bit too rich for my blood, I think. We got these guys. 307 Lusitani light cavalry. I wouldn't mind those, but I think at the moment we're going to just keep building up. We'll get a couple more of these. Another one of these. As I say, okay, we're just gonna. I don't think there's anything else we can do at the moment. Apologies, this is a little bit boring, but the action will kick off fairly soon. I can assure you. Oops, I forgot to move my agent. Yeah, let's just get my agent to come and take a look at the Lusitani. Yeah, household expands. One thing we didn't look at, come to think of it, is my household. And this again is another feature of the new 1.3 update, is that the starting families are a little bit more fleshed out than they were in the past. Normally you just get single character and you've got to get married. What we've got is a king, and we've got our heir who's a child. We've got one of the two factions there. The politics is still pretty good. Got to keep an eye on this because of course we've only got 20 turns, but if we win a few battles then we're gonna get in here. Good. Get these guys married. Cost me 555. I think I'd rather build up my army at the moment. We're gonna need a full stack army whether we like it or not. What we got here? We got Austrian. Maybe we'll kind of flip it back the other way just for the moment. So that gets us to 16, and we're just going to shoot another end turn. Hidden agent exposed. Well, that's okay. Right, we've now completed supply foraging. Let's just kind of
I'm not going
get my
there.
agent round here. We'll just see what these guys are up to.
On the move.
Quartermaster report. Now we can get ourselves a hero now. I'm looking for some. Oh, well, the upkeep would be quite nice. Chance there. Camp raid. Actually, quite like you. You can up there. And we've got. We're down to 312 now. So right, we're going to need to find some cheaper units now. 1, 2. Maybe we'll have to go with 19. What we got here, 97. Maybe we'll get one of those. How far off we got some making some more money? 2 turns. Okay, gonna burn through. Oops, we completed our research here. I think I would like to get the meeting ground to get that built, so that we can get, at least start to think about getting some better troops. Right, how many? These have got 13. We're now losing money, so what we're gonna do is, I'm looking 6%. Put these guys into ambush mode, because one of the features of Barbarian campaigns, if it's anything like we used to do, and what we're going to do now is, these guys at war with anyone else. These guys, we offer to join your war.
Plainly, for we are an honest
Thou
folk
tie.
and value honesty in others.
We've accepted.
I will take.
Now, what we're going to try and do is lure these into an ambush, so that we can then destroy their army and then come up and take their settlement. That's the idea anyway. And we're just going to go for an end turn. They come, and we've got, so it says here, you're attacking the Celtai, intercepted. So we've got what we're after, and of course we're going to fight this. This is our first battle of the campaign. Oh, it's a field battle. So we didn't get the ambush, but we got the intercept. We've probably got missile superiority. Start deployment. They're over there. So we got the superiority, but that doesn't mean that much. These guys fairly dense. Actually, I think what we'll do, we have about 4 of you in the back. Whoops, stop spinning game. Yeah, I've got to learn my cap there. Got you guys there. We've got slingers there. General at the back, start the battle, and move our units forward. Oops. Just kind of move you forward a bit. And where we go. As I say, I've got to remember how to fight with. I think we'll split the tribesmen off this way in a counter cavalry role. Don't let these guys get too far out on each flank. And again, we're just going to keep pushing forward simply because we've got heavy shot cav. We need to keep an eye out for that, but at least we've got the missile troops on the right side.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Yep. Get the slingers on this side. Right, here comes the cavalry. You say we don't really want to.
Barbarian cavalry! Tribesmen! Forward! Noble cavalry! Spearmen! Battle ready! Take aim!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Ex-warriors! Ready to ride!
Get you there.
Spearmen ready for battle! Missile warriors! Slingers!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Right, we need to get in on these guys ASAP. Move these forward, cavalry that way. Right, these guys are breaking, which is good.
The battle is turning in our favor.
You guys just spend the cavalry this way.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Warriors!
Slingers,
General is under attack.
general this way.
Iberian cavalry! Warriors!
One of our units has used all its
I
ammunition.
really would like to get my cab.
Swords! Swords!
Get you guys pushing on these guys. General.
Ready for battle! Slingers! Iberian cavalry! Fearless warriors! Warriors ready!
Fire into there. General.
Orders! Ready for battle! Iberian cavalry!
Cavalry.
Spearmen ready for battle! Hunger for
Slingers, you hit those.
ex-warriors! Iberian cavalry!
Cavalry in general this way.
Ex-warriors!
Right, this guy's dying.
Battle ready! Warriors ready! Ex-warriors! Heavy horsemen! Orders! See horse!
Push in. I think we've driven off this side. The
Our spears are yours! Knock them down! Battle ready and eager! Ex-warriors! Skirmishers!
skirmishers this way. You guys cover the flank.
The enemy general is dead.
Right, that's going to cause a little bit of a failure. Where's the general? Sorry, I'm not saying very much. I'm having to think very carefully about what I'm doing at the moment. Slingers go away. You pull out. You guys in. Continue. We need to get as many of them as possible. Skirmishers. Start general. Hey. Get in here. It's going to speed up a little bit.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Wait, cut it out, wherever you are. Go after these. There's one thing we do need to do is wipe out their armies as much as possible, so that we can make the siege that we're going to do a lot easier. We got these guys, this is medium spear infantry. Got them. My first barbarian battle in a long time. That wasn't too bad. We took a few casualties, but nothing excessive. Quick battle. End battle. We took 494 losses out of 3,600. And we've killed their army, which is exactly what I wanted to do. And of course, we're going to take the money. We're going to need it. And child has died. Oh, well, that better not be my heir. No, we've lost that child. Okay. What we may need to do is adopt this guy eventually. Right, so we got this army here. We've got a general. How big's the garrison here? 15. I'm kind of a bit inclined to fire in. We've got Iberian mercenary infantry. It's gonna cost us 1,100. I really would like some cavalry, more cavalry. These are going to be pretty expensive to support. Heavy. It costs me a lot of money, but I think an extra one of those is going to make a difference, because we're going to need the cavalry. And what we're going to do is we're going to attack the general, and then what that will do is bring them out into the battlefield. We've got spearmen, 3 slingers, and some Barbarian swordsmen. What's the auto resolve here? 78%. I think we might be able to do a bit better than that. I'm just going to drop a quick save. And we're going to fight this. Right, they've got a general now all out on his own. So what we're going to need to do is effectively rush the general with our cav and try and kill him before he's got the ability to do anything. In fact, I don't want to fight in the rain. Nice and dry start deployment. Just wondering. What we're going to do. We've got forward deployment. Deploy these guys as well. So we're going to kind of use this to our advantage. This guy can't. Maybe. But can he? No. So we can't deploy our cavalry forward. Can't know the general. But what we are going to do is, ideally, I'd like to keep these guys back a little bit. Right, let's just get. I was a bit slapdash in the last battle. Game, we're gonna these axe warriors forward. Get here. We can't. We got forward deployment, but that's about the best we can do. So. Right, push forward. Bring these guys up. Right, let's form up, form the battle line.
Tribesmen! Get running! Ready! Move it!
We've got their general,
Noble cavalry!
and that gets rid of one of their main cavalry units. Keep you in the back round. We're just going to reform the battle line because they've got no more cavalry. That gives us the advantage.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Yep. And we're gonna get these guys in here. Oops. Always get. Right, let's just get these guys into position. What they got? We got light missile infantry, slingers. General into the center. Let's just get the front line kind of set up properly. Bring forward the skirmishers. What we got here? Most of they're all light infantry, and so they're light spearmen. So
Ready for battle! Ex-warriors! Exes!
get the skirmishers out on the flanks. You guys come out that way. Get them into a battle line first. You guys can be the reinforcements.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Cavalry. Slingers out on the flanks there, General. You guys come out onto this flank. Get the cavalry in position.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
General out that side. Chase them this way. Right, we're going to get the cavalry in amongst their missile troops. General round this way. I want to use the charge. I don't want to use the missiles.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
You round here for the rear charge. Okay, you guys go away. Don't think we're going to need you either.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Right, we got them. The skirmishers, you go after those. Get these guys to encircle. You guys, slingers, go a long way away. We got the one unit here, which is probably the light spearmen as well. Let's get these guys to get plenty of experience. Right, we've got just the one unit here. Okay, end battle, end battle. Lost 209. But we got another damage unit, but we've kind of effectively now pushed out and taken our first settlement. we would have wrecked their garrison. And take the money. Character increase in rank, king, military traditions, and of course and we're just go for the auto resolve here, 96%, and that gives us our first settlement.
Ready for orders.
And guy is effectively out on his own.
For the tribe.
It's not going to be a problem. Got a little bit of money. We got some food. I think we're going to knock that down so that we can take advantage of these the iron here. We still can't build a building. I think I've got enough time for one more end turn. See here. We'll deploy him for a little bit of experience. Take a quick look at what these guys have got. Stack army. So we may have a bit of a problem there, but my preferred. Who are you actually at war with? Well, we've kind of. They're at war with the Lusitani, so they might be distracted, but we can't be complacent. So we've got a full stack army here. Got a little bit of cavalry. We got a promotion for wow. Okay, what have we got here? Yeah, the military traditions of the morale units during defensive battles. What I'm looking for is anything that's going to improve my ambush ability. So we got here chance of all of that. Plus 5% chance of successfully launching an ambush. Morale during ambush battles in forest. Yep, we're certainly going to go with that. Plus 2% movement speed for all light infantry units. Increased missile attack range. Yes, we're. I don't know. It's. I actually quite like my missile capabilities. And of course, this is the new tech tree, and which is introduced as part of 1.3. And what you see now is there's actually a specialized tech now for ships, rather than just the kind of slightly just the one almost afterthought that used to be down in this corner here. Don't you like? Yeah, we're going to keep going the ambush route, because we're going to be probably doing quite a lot of ambushes and other things that go there. Bosses under siege. Night battles could be fun, but plus 5% during night battles, army only. What we got here? Oh, that could have been nice as well. I think what we'll do is we'll come this way. Let me just see. We've got. I think we're going to go for the keep sticking with the ambush for the moment. What we got here? Morale for commander's unit, offensive battles, line of sight when general. Yep. We've got our wife here, and we've got a little bit of money. So I think what we're going to do is, if we can, oops. Anyone who's got the lowest kind of what's it, Lanciensis? Yeah, we'll get you married. That should make you a little bit happier, politically wise. Yep. Nothing like giving them a wife to keep them preoccupied. We have never really looked at this so far, so this just tells us we're a chieftain, we're engaged faction leader, so we're kind of there. Influence respected, food surplus, imperium level 2. You've got one spy. We could have another governor. I'm not really feeling it for a governor at the moment. Governors aren't quite so important at this stage in the game as it would be, say, for like a Hellenic faction. And we're just going to shoot one more end turn. Oh wow, we got an edict. Don't tend to think of. Yeah, of course we've only got the one there. We could probably do with a bit more cash actually. So let's push that up a little bit. Go for an end turn. You got to be kidding. Bye-bye. Again, we'll just get the promotion. And that should be the end of that faction. Okay, we've destroyed the Saltisi. Military traditions. Now, I think I'm going to take a look at the Turdetani, because if I think their settlement open, I wonder where their army is. Oh. My instinct is to bring this army up, because how big's the garrison here? 17, one general unit. I wonder where their army is.
Yes. The shadows.
Right, they've got a damaged army there. Because obviously they're at war with the Carthage. They are. Right, we've got an opportunity here. What I want is money over. So we're going to go this way. Just put that in there. We still need 2 more turns to get this. And we've now got the garrison here. So we've got garrison of 14. Wow, that's singularly unimpressive, isn't it? Now, if we could get this settlement and take out the Turdetani, that would give us a nice stronghold here, which to be able to develop something from. And if this army came up and we could get them, can I get this? Each of these guys are midge close up. Yeah. So we're in a strong position there. This has definitely got to be our next target.
How can I assist you?
Part of me says, I think I am going to get another one of these guys. So it's going to cost me 2,400, but I think I would like to use them more as a spy. What we got here? Land recruitment. Yeah, I think we're just going to recruit in you.
What do you wish?
And what would do is want to start moving you this way.
On silent.
Of course, the next turn's going to be winter. Which is going to be a bit unfortunate, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.